Hey guys, this is a battle between Pokemon Rules and a guy named Diago from Cerebi chat. So yeah, let's get into it. He brings out his Fortress and I send in my shiny Uxie. And I go for the Stealth Rocks just to set up. And I knew he was going to go for the Stealth Rocks because that's what Fortresses do. So I switch into my Leaf Rotom. And he goes for the Toxic and it misses. And I go for the Will-O-Wisp and burn him. And he goes for the Toxic again, and this time it hits. So he goes for the Toxic. I get Lefty's recovery. Poison hurts me. He gets burned. He withdraws his Fortress and goes into his Nidoqueen. And I go for the Reflect to set up a defense barrier for Nidoqueen. And I get Lefty's recovery. And then he goes for the Stone Age. So this time I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp to halve his attack so he can barely do nothing to me with a Reflect and a Will-O-Wisp up. So I'm pretty much in the clear here. He goes for the Poison Jab, which I think he thought I was going to switch, but I go for the Thunderbolt for some random reason because I kind of forgot what Nidoqueen's typing was. So yeah, I go for the Thunderbolt. It doesn't affect it. I get hit by Poison a lot, and so I switch to Miltank to go for the Heal Bell. Shiny Miltank. And he goes for the Stone Age and doesn't do anything. So yeah, he gets hurt by Burn again. I get Lefty's recovery. He goes for the Brick Break and breaks me Reflect, which was gonna disappear this turn anyway. I go for the Heal Bell to heal Rotom of his poison, and yeah, Nidoqueen gets hurt by Burn. Miltank gets Lefty's recovery. He goes for the Brick Break again. And I just thought, I might as well go for an Earthquake. And I go for the Earthquake, and I get a freaking crit and completely just obliterate his Nidoqueen. And I'm like, yes, one down. So I get Lefty's recovery again. And he brings in his Porygon Z, and I hate Porygon Z so much. So I just switch back into Rotom to use it as like death. Because I knew he was going to go for the Tri-Attack or Hyper Beam or something. So he goes for the Signal Beam thinking I'm going to switch. And I get left with 6 HP. And I go for the Thunderbolt just to pull off some damage. And the Thunderbolt does a nice chunk of damage. I get Lefty's recovery. Now I know this time he's going to kill me. So he goes for the Psychic and I just leave it in. Because I need a free switch in. So I go into Uxie and Uxie takes Stealth Rocks damage and he goes for the Signal Beam. Now, here is where I was like, wow, that didn't do that much considering it's Porygon Z. And it didn't do that much considering it's Porygon Z to Uxie. So I go for the Calm Mind and get me special defense and special attack up. And I go for the Psychic this time just to kill him. So I've got one Calm Mind up and a Psychic going. So yeah, he comes in with... Now, here's the tricky part. He goes for the... I know he's going to go for the Sucker Punch, so I just go for the Thunder Wave, because I only have Psychic on this Uxie. I don't have Thunderbolt or anything. So I pretty much have to switch now. So I switch into Licky Licky. My Licky Licky. And he goes for the Sucker Punch again, but it fails, obviously. So now Licky Licky is like one of my favorite Pokemon. So I just go for the Ice Beam because he packs Ice Beam and he's a beast. And it does a lot considering it's a Licky Licky. And he goes for the Drill Peck I think just to pull some damage on me. I'm actually quite surprised he didn't have Superpower, but you know, that's just me. I would always put Superpower on, but that's not the point. Now he gets Paralysis Hacks and I'm like, yes, he can't attack me. So I go for the Ice Beam and kill him. I'm like, yes, second bit of hacks that's gone my way. So he comes into his Fortress again and he's come into it and I just go for the Explosion because I have Ice Beam, Power Whip, Refresh and Explosion on this thing, and Power Whip or Ice Beam isn't going to do hardly anything, so there's really no point in staying in. He goes for the Toxic, I'm not in, so there's nothing to hurt. I bring in Starmie. Now this is like key play right now. This is just where it gets exciting. He comes into Kingdra. I go for the Surf and it does nothing, as you would expect. He goes for Dragon Pulse. Now, this is a Wise Glasses Starmie, and Wise Glasses Starmie with max special attack is pretty... If I go for the Thunderbolt, And I'm watching the health meter go down. I'm like, yes! I get another critical hit, and I'm like, oh my god. Now he comes into Cradley, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna kill me now. But I go for the Ice Beam, and truth be told, I get another freaking crit. And I'm just like laughing at this point, laughing so hard. And he comes back into Fortress, and obviously I still have 4 Pokemon left, so, well, really, who's gonna win, Fortress or 4 Pokemon, and he's burned, so, yeah, just surf him and kill him, so, yeah.